Hello again. Happy Friday. I have put together another option for you to review for your honeymoon with everything that we've discussed, all those details, even that side trip to Victoria Falls. So I'm going to go through it one more time with you just to make sure that it's clear how the logistics work and jot down those questions. Let me know what works, what stands out. I'm more than happy to help. This is all for October 11th. I hope you see my screen here. I'm going to share it with you. So you gave me a range of dates there in October. So I am basing this on availability in Tanzania. Like I mentioned, October is still a very popular time. And because we've switched from 2026, what I was planning before, to 2025 now, we are just on the cusp of the last month of the migration going through Serengeti. So it's still really popular. I have put all of these lodges on hold. They usually hold for 24 hours, but because it's the weekend, I'm sure we have them until Monday. So I would love to hear your thoughts, what works, what doesn't. Let me show you what I did and why. So October 11th, you're going to take that overnight flight to Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. No vaccinations needed. This is for this whole trip, you won't need any shots that are mandatory. Of course, you could talk to your doctor about it. Tanzania requires a visa, but that's an e-visa. You get it online through a link, so there's nothing much to do. Once you arrive, I chose the Arusha Coffee Lodge in for your resting day. You know, you're probably going to arrive either really late at night or maybe late in the afternoon. Arusha is great, super comfortable. It's on acres of coffee plantations, so it's a really nice place to wake up, have a beautiful breakfast, and start our safari. So October 13th, after breakfast, you will meet your ranger. He will go through your safari briefing kind of to prepare you of what's ahead because it's quite an adventure. And we will get in our 4x4 car. It is the one with the pop-up roof, so you're covered and protected from the elements and from the dust, but you still have full visibility. It's just the two of you. It has like 6 seats in the back, so you can move around wherever the animals are. And of course, the ranger is private just for you, so you can go at your pace, stop where you'd like, move on if you're not interested. I loved that part of the safari because depending on other people can get quite frustrating when you're out in the bush. So I just love having it private, and that is how I've planned it for you. But of course, you let me know if you want to make changes. So on the way to our first park, which is the Tarangire National Park, which I've mentioned to you, this is home to thousands of elephants, home to the baobab trees. It's close to Arusha, so it's a really great place to start with because you get that wow factor without having to be in a car for many hours. On the way there is Lake Manyara, so we'll stop at the lake, we'll go see the flamingos, we'll go to the treetops to see the baboons. So you're getting out of the car, you're walking around on the hanging catwalks, and just to break up, right? Like just to make sure that we're not doing just sitting in a car, we're going to do a lot of things outside of the vehicle as well. Not game walking because I understand that you're not comfortable with that and you're not interested in that. So by all means, please know that that is not something you have to do. I've included things that are safe, like going to villages and meeting with people and having cultural experiences or going on nature-based things like these treetops, but not going crazy walking safaris. So, and then you're going to arrive at your first lodge. You're going to have sundowners and beautiful dinners. I've included all the details here so you know what's included at each lodge. I have kept the Mapingo Ridge. This is a 5-star lodge at Tarangire National Park. I had that on your original itinerary, and I just think this is like the honeymoon spot. So I think it's a great way. It's available. I have 3 nights on hold here for you. Check it out. Let me know how you feel. But it's all about the views. It's all about wildlife viewing from your private deck here. So I think it's a great start. So we will be here for 3 nights. The first day is arrival, the second day, and the third day you're going to go off with your ranger. So I suggest doing one day where you're in a car for full day where you take your picnic lunch with you and kind of do the day in the bush. And the other day, spend the morning at the spa, enjoy the hotel, and then go off maybe on an afternoon game drive. Break it up however you'd like it because the ranger is there to plan it out with you. And he kind of will give you guidance of, you know what, we should probably do it early in the morning because the predators are really active then, or if you're a birder, things like that. So he will have advice for you as well. After 3 nights in Tarangire, we will start heading to the Ngorongoro Crater, which is another beautiful site, completely different from from Tarangire. And on the way, we will stop at the Tomambu village. So this village is a great cultural hub. This is where they grow a lot of the coffee. We have tuk-tuk tours here. We can do a walking tour. We can do a hike. We can go into the forest. So you have options here. If you want to be really active, we can go on a hike. If you want to have something really fun and unique, do the tuk-tuk because everyone loves it. We can have lunch in the village, or we can go directly to your next lodge and have lunch there. So it's up to you. We can figure that out. All of your meals are included. So underneath the date, I've put BLD. That stands for your meals that are included. So here at the Ngorongoro Crater, I've included a traditional tented camp. It is not roughing it by any means. You have a private bathroom, you have hot water, you have all the amenities that you need, but it is those dreamy safari camps, with the canvas sides. You can hear the wildlife at night. It's just a screen. So you're protected from, mosquitoes and bugs, but you're still open to the elements. So I wanted to show you if that is something that you would be interested in staying in. Like you see, it's not roughing it by any means. You have all furnishings, beautiful amenities. And you're only here for 2 nights. That's why I put it here. So if you do want to try out, let's see if we love this tented camp experience. Let's just do it for 2 nights. This would be the perfect place to do it. If you don't want to do this camp, the Lamala actually has availability at their upgraded camp. So let me know and I'll show you what the price difference will be. It'll be a little bit more expensive. It won't blow the budget out of the water, but if you want like a proper lodge, we can do that. But Ngorongoro Crater, you're going to get there pretty late in the afternoon, have dinner. The next day, we're going to spend the whole day in the crater because the crater is why we're here. We're going to descend to the bottom of the crater, which looks like this. Tons and tons of animals, from lions to elephants to zebras to buffalo to hippos. Everybody's in the crater, all kind of cohabiting it together. It's fantastic. And then you return to the tented camp in the evening. So you're really spending 2 evenings there. So just think about it. I love it, but I want to hear if you want to have that experience. And after Ngorongoro Crater, we go to Serengeti. So Serengeti is going to be our big park, is going to be our big place for predators, for cats, for cheetahs, for lions. And that's why we're going there. Serengeti will also be experiencing the Great Migration. We will be there for 4 nights. So on our first day, when we're leaving the crater, we're going to stop in 2 places, kind of again to break up our travels, break up the drive. We're going to go to the gorge, which is the cradle of humanity. This is where they found the oldest skulls in the history of humans. So it's a very, very interesting place and to stop and hear about. And all around the crater, there are Maasai villages. So we will visit one of the Maasai villages as well. Before we continue to the Serengeti National Park, we stop at the entrance. There's usually tons of kids waiting because they know people stop at this Welcome to Serengeti sign. So they're always there. And it's just a really wonderful experience. Not a tourist site at all, but it's just the local people just as fascinated with you visiting as you coming to visit them. So once you arrive to Serengeti, I've included 4 nights in the park here, and this is at that luxury tented suite. So even though you see tented suite here, do not be discouraged by that. It is not roughing it by any means. This is a luxury property, plunge pool, glass, air conditioning. You have everything you need possibly in this camp. It is quite lovely, perfect for honeymooners. It has the shared accommodation, shared living spaces and pools and boma dinners. So plenty to enjoy inside the camp as well as on your game drives. So here we're going to go. The first day you're arriving pretty late in the afternoon because we've been traveling and touring on the way. The second day we're going to leave for you to enjoy Serengeti. The third day, you have your hot air balloon. So I suggest do the hot air balloon, come back and enjoy the camp, enjoy your beautiful tent, hang out in the plunge pool. And then on your last day, October 21st, you have your last Serengeti game drives. So maybe if you haven't seen a type of animal, maybe I came with a little checklist and you've missed something, which I doubt because this is 11 days in Tanzania. I'm sure you've seen everything already. But if you haven't, this is when you're going out to try to find something, and the guides at the lodge will talk to your ranger and make sure that you have all the spots to go to and things like that. And then we'll have a beautiful evening dinner under the stars for you arranged here to wrap up our safari experience. And then October 22nd, we fly to Zanzibar, right from the bush to Zanzibar. And we found availability at the Baraza. They have an oceanfront villa. It's a 1 bedroom. It's quite stunning. I actually stayed here when I went to Zanzibar. So you'll have plenty of nights here to enjoy. On your arrival, we're going to see Stone Town. You're going to have a private tour. Or you know what? On your arrival, I've made it that we take you right to the resort so you can enjoy. And the next day, we can tour Stone Town, followed by 3 full days of beach time. So on the beach time, you can go kayaking, you can rent a boat to go on an excursion, to go snorkeling, you can go back to town and explore, you can go to plantations. There's plenty to see and do, or not do at all. Usually people just relax in Zanzibar, so you can definitely do that as well. And then on October 27th, after our 5 nights in Zanzibar, we will go to Zimbabwe. So this is kind of your break point of the trip. This is when you can decide, no, we actually want to fly home. And I will give you all that information as well. If not, then we will fly early in the morning. So really, you're not going to sleep on the 26th, but we'll take you to the airport around midnight, take a 3:40 a.m. flight to Zimbabwe. It stops for in Nairobi. It's all overall 7 hours of travel. And in Zimbabwe, we would take you right to your hotel so you can spend the day resting. And at night, we start our touring of Victoria Falls by a dinner cruise in the Zambezi River, what's one of the best places for sunsets in the world. And you'll be staying at the Palm River. They have availability. I was mentioning it to you on our phone call. This is the hotel that just opened. It's on the river, has beautiful views. So even though you're in Zimbabwe now and not on safari, you will hear hippos at night because they hang out in this river. And you will see them on the Zambezi cruise as well. So Zimbabwe is all about Victoria Falls. So on October 28th, we're going to focus on the Zambia side, Livingstone Island, swimming in Devil's Pool, having an amazing outdoor lunch here on the island. And then on October 29th, we'll focus on the Zimbabwe side. So the traditional view of all the falls all at once. That's on the 29th. Here are the falls all at once. This would be you here seeing them all. And then on the 30th of October, you would fly home. So we would take you to the airport and you would fly home. So that is the trip. 3 weeks with Victoria Falls included, still way less expensive than the original package that we have worked on for 2026. So let me know your thoughts. Of course, we can tweak it in any way you'd like, but I just wanted to show you what we can do and what we have on hold right now. Thank you so much for your time and happy travels.